Hey, how's everybody? I want to talk more today about things I've been studying and researching lately. I've been looking into a couple of things, and one thing I've had on my mind, food for thought for all you loudspeaker buffs out there, audio buffs, is I've had the thought of something I have not seen on the market or in any loudspeaker review, and I haven't read it in any article on audio design or loudspeaker design. And that is the idea that I thought of just in the last couple of days from researching subwoofer, different designs and specs, is the whole concept of a hybrid design that uses a bass reflex design that uses a passive radiator and a port. Now, the discussions speak of acoustic suspension designs, closed box woofer baffle designs and boxes. Closed box designs having a sharper, steeper cutoff rate, or earlier cutoff rate rather. They go and they start to slope at a earlier, higher frequency rather than bass reflex and passive radiators. Now, bass reflex designs, when you look at the frequency slope as the frequency gets lower, the bass reflex design, which uses ports, will extend further into the low frequency range than passive radiators will. Passive radiators will extend further than acoustic suspension designs will, closed box designs, but they have a steeper cutoff slope. Now, my thought is, as I read through books and articles on loudspeaker design, and the discussion was about the pros and cons of ported versus passive radiator designs. Now, the whole thing that I saw was that there were pros and cons to each, but my thought was, what if you could combine the two and have the best of both worlds and have a hybrid that uses a port and a passive radiator? You know, how would that work? Would that actually become a plus? And why hasn't it been done so far? Is it because it's too complex to calculate, or just nobody thought of it? I wonder. I haven't even seen it even mentioned, even in a distant, or even in a small comment anywhere in all my years in hi-fi since maybe 82 that I've been into this thing. But I'm really curious about that as to how that would work out. And I've already been doing research on the whole subject, looking through equations and specs on woofers and seeing where I could do this kind of thing, you know. So that's something to think about, you know. Because the idea I've thought of is maybe a hybrid subwoofer, open baffle line array for a stereo, two-speaker at least system with very small drivers to handle the frequencies from, say, maybe 120 up to the lower Ks, and then a small line array of tweeters to take over all the upper frequencies to 20K. That's what I've been looking at and thinking over. You know, that's been on my mind lately, to do something like that. I've gotten really into it, you know. Right now it's out of the question for a few reasons, but at least looking at it and laying the groundwork for the future, God willing, something I'm seriously thinking about doing, you know. So just wanted to share my thoughts and discuss things at this time. But any ideas or comments anybody that watches this video has on this subject, you know, you're welcome. I'm open, you know, to ideas. Anybody that would want to try it or has tried it and hasn't talked about it, you know, please comment, you know, and it's open for discussion.